Alrighty, this video is going to be on, it's going to be a story time. The second time, Google Maps caught my kids being very naughty. The second time was, we thought that our two oldest sons had run away, and we didn't know where they were. We were looking all over the place for them. This is, by the way, running away, this was not their first attempt or last attempt. I'll be telling you about those too. We were looking high and low for them. We looked all over the place. We drove around the block, and it was a country block, so country blocks are like humongous. We called my mother and father-in-law, and they said they weren't over there. We had been looking for them for quite some time, and then they just reappeared. Now down the road, must have been a couple months later, I was goofing around with Google Maps, and I decided to look up I looked up my house, and on the roof were two people. My sons were sitting on the roof. Their dad was in the backyard, standing with his hands on his hips, looking out towards the field. And they were sitting there watching them. And I called them in the room and I asked them what they were doing, and they said that that particular day that they had run away, pretended to run away, and instead of running away they crawled up on the roof. Until that picture, I did not know they were getting up on the roof. After that, we had a discussion about being on the roof and about running away, and I made them show me how they got up there. And at the time, I was building a kennel, and, well, that never got finished, by the way. That's another long story. That's another story. Anyway, and I had a shed, and they were spaced, I'd say about, I don't know, about maybe 2-3 feet apart. And they used the beam that was holding up one of the walls to wedge themselves up there, you know, put foot, and they would move their feet up and get all the way up to the top. And then they would walk across the beam, which it's a 2x2. Well, it's a 2x4, you know what I mean? It's only 2 inches wide. They walked across that and got up on the roof that way. Anyway, they said that particular day that they had been watching us looking for them and calling for them, and they were actually trying really hard not to laugh so we wouldn't know they were there. From what I understand, that was not the first time they had been up there, and they did it on a regular basis. Now, I lived out in the country, so we had, like, I'm going to say 4 neighbors that were actually nearby that you could actually see their homes. All the rest of the people were, like, you know, really far away because it was out in the country. That's when we owned 5 acres, so I really miss that property in many ways, but there are reasons why I don't miss it. The water was terrible. You couldn't drink it. It was nasty. The state said it was safe, but it was nasty. But pretty much that's what they did, and Google caught them twice being misbehaving. It was kind of funny. And now that I think of it, it's funny. Back then I was kind of angry with them for what they did, but they got themselves into quite a bit of trouble. So yeah, life wasn't as hard as they thought it was, but it was hard. So, you know, yeah. But that's my story on my boys and how sassy they can be. And I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye.